Let's see, there we are. Say hello. All right, looks like I'm the only one so far. We will wait until we get a couple more on. I'm excited. I haven't used Zoom much. Hey, Susan. You might be, are you muted?
Hi.
There we go. Hey. Welcome, welcome.
Thanks.
You are the first one. I'm trying to just make sure. I know Pam wanted to hop on, and then Sarah, I was thinking she'll aim too.
Good.
How you doing?
Good. Busy. I mean, we just started school yesterday, so, you know, trying to get back into the school thing. So, yep. But it's good because it's much nicer with my older kids at school.
2 kids in school, right?
Yes.
2. Okay.
Yeah.
2 at home.
2 in school, 2 at home. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So. That whole adjustment and the routine and it's yes. Good and bad, right?
Yeah. It takes a little while to get used to, that's for sure. And then Wednesdays we have late start day, which is weird. And so for the first couple months we were here, I swear every Wednesday we showed up like at the normal time, and I'm like, oh, school doesn't start for a whole hour. What are we gonna do now?
You don't have early out day. You just have
no. Yeah, just early start. Yeah, it is weird because we had early out in Utah.
Yeah.
But it was on a Friday, which made sense. But this is on a Wednesday. I don't know. It's weird. I don't like it.
Weird. Our early out days are on Monday, which I don't like, but whatever.
No, because that's your first day back. I like Friday because then if you're going somewhere, you know, you've got some extra time to go do your stuff, whatever you were doing.
Yeah, it's weird. Oh, let's see. So how's your new recruits doing?
They are doing really good. My one, Stacia, she sells. That's what she's always done. So we knew she wouldn't have any trouble. And one of them starts her launch party today. And then my third she's doing good. She's not doing as good as she'd like, but she's doing better than she thought she would. So
which one is that?
Mary.
Okay.
Yeah. So she's getting there, but her and Stacia are friends, and so she's comparing her progress to Stacia's progress, which isn't fair because Mary's never sold anything like this before. Right. So yeah, so I keep telling her, I'm like, no, you're doing really good. She's like, but I'm not gonna hit my second fresh start step. I'm like, that's okay, hit your third. Mm-hmm. You know, you don't have to get all of them.
Yeah.
So
well, she's got a good leader, so you're awesome.
Thanks.
Oh, let's see. Okay, well, we can just start, and then I'm sure people will hop on in a little bit.
Okay.
First off, we just have for this month, we have the 60 Days to Success thing that's starting next week. And then we have, let me check over here. Then that sample challenge that we've got going up in my team page, like to do 6 samples by October 1st, to aim for the blanket. So we have those going on, and then I mostly just kind of want to chat about. Oh, hello, Sarah.
Thank you, Mama. You're welcome.
I see you. Hey, Sarah. And no, I'm not Douglas Pugh, but he has the unlimited account, so we can chat as long as we want. So, all right. Let's see. Anyway, so Sarah, I was just telling Susan, for this month, we're doing the 60 days, well, it's 2 months really, the 60 Days to Success thing that starts next Tuesday. So tell your teams Do you feel like, Susan, do you feel like you have a couple that might do it? Maybe. Oh, you're muted again. I can unmute you maybe.
Sorry, I didn't want any
I
noise.
know, sorry, I'm like making you chat as you're getting ready.
No, you're good. I'm being slow today. I don't know, because one will be out of town, and then if they don't, I might do like a more laid back version of this for my team to still help them, but not quite so intense, you know, for the new people who are just trying to figure Norwex out.
Yeah, for the new people, it might be a lot, but at the same time,
yeah,
some people might really want it, or you know, really thrive with it.
Yes.
So,
yeah,
cool.
So we'll see.
And then it's you know, it's supposed to be hardcore, but if you don't do the challenges within 3 days, then I'll talk to that person, or you talk to your recruit and say, hey, you know, have you just not had time? Are you gonna, you know, do you have a goal of when you want to get this done? You know, and work with them. Like if they just really have not had the time, you know, you're not going to kick them out. They want to be there, you know, but the goal is, it's really not that much stuff. It's like, here's how to find Norwex podcasts for one day, or, you know, like here's how to check out your back office. Like a lot of them are pretty easy. And then there's just maybe a couple with the challenges, overcoming objections. Like it's not super intense. So
so maybe now that I know kind of what's in it, I can talk to them and be like, it is every day, but they're not hard things, you know, it's stuff like this. Maybe that'll help people feel a little more confident about joining.
I know, because it sounds intense, but it's really like the goal is to get them doing something intentionally every day with Norwex. And so by doing that, then they get in the habit of just, oh yeah, I can do 10 minutes a day with Norwex and get some stuff done. And oh, you know, this isn't a big deal. I can fit this in my life, kind of a thing. You know, so they get that habit really. So that's what the main goal is just to help. And then you can relaunch, you know, your business if you've been not doing it as much, or it's just a good excuse to get people back into it, you know? So yeah, so that will start on next Tuesday, and then it goes for the 60 days. And then the sample challenge, I've been just doing like people I know and giving, because I'm sure all of us have people that we talk to all the time that we just don't talk to about Norwex, right? So I've just been trying to be more intentional of saying, hey, let me share with you a sample. Have you heard about Norwex? I mean, you know, I do, you know, reaching out more. You can do that, or you can do actually like Amy does, where you just start talking to someone in Costco and you're like, hey, let me give you a sample. And that's always been harder for me, but you can totally do that. And that gets you out of your circle. So
see, that's easier for me than talking to my friends about it. I've given out so many samples just like out and about, but to go to my friends and be like, hey, I do this thing and it's really amazing and I think you'd like it. Why don't you try it? That's really hard for me.
I'm doing more acquaintances, so they're not like close friends. So we've been trying to have more people over for dinner, and then I'm like chatting about it naturally, you know. So I keep getting dark. Anyway, so it's just to get people either out of their circle or just sharing if they haven't been to. So I think that's mostly what I was going to talk about. We just have those two things going on this month. It is engagement month. So if you can reach out to your teams and then just, you know, I have a whole bunch of ideas I'll be posting on how you can get engaged, or it only takes one party, you know, stuff like that. Reach out for follow-ups even. One idea was you get 10 people, 10 friends to each put a $35 order in. That's a $350 party. And then you could raffle off the host rewards, kind of a thing. Like there's a lot of options, but just working to let the people on your teams know that it's the month to put in $250 if they will, you know. So okay, now it's time for you guys. problems, struggles. Tell me where you're at with your biz, how you're feeling about it. Go for it. Let's see. I'll unmute. Maybe. Yeah. Sarah, Susan, anything?
So my biggest struggle is Janae, but my business has just exploded since we've moved here, this last like 2 months, which is awesome, of course. But I've never been this busy with Norwex before. And like, even just my team aside, I've got 8 parties scheduled this month.
Wow.
And one I'm not totally sure is going to follow through, but nevertheless, I have 8 parties scheduled. And so just my own party calendar, I feel like I am having a hard time keeping up. And then I have another vendor event, and I'm like, I almost don't want to do it because I'm so busy, and I don't think I could take on anymore. And but then you add my team on top of that, and I'm trying to, have times where I make them a priority because I want to help them get started strong and be confident. But, I can't let my own business be neglected.
Right.
And I'm just having a really hard time keeping up and finding that balance. And my kids are in school now, so that'll make it easier. But it's a struggle. And I don't know if I'm really at the place, most red jackets would be like, hire an assistant or, get a babysitter. But I don't know if I'm at that point, because it hasn't been consistent enough that I could confidently say, yeah, I could hire an assistant and pay her and, do all of that. So I don't know what to do.
We've all been there for sure. Well, when our businesses are, it's a different problem when you have a lot of parties. Hey, Pam, I know you couldn't do the camera. Hopefully she can hear us. And we can definitely address that. Just know you are not alone at all. It took me a long time to get the courage to hire an assistant. And when I first did, it was probably after like 2.5 years. And before that, I know your husband's really supportive, right? But he's gone a lot, right?
No, actually, no, he's not. This new job, he usually works 4/10s. He's usually home by 5s. And he's really supportive, and he never complains when I'm, at my computer till 10 o'clock at night or out helping all of my new consultants or at a party for 3 hours. He doesn't ever mind. So I'm grateful and blessed that he is so supportive.
Awesome.
So.
Okay.
That helps.
Yeah, that totally helps. And then what's helped me is I write down a brain dump like every night. What is all the Norwex crap I gotta get? Not crap. Yeah. Norwex stuff I gotta get done. What's all this house stuff I gotta get done? I have 2 different lists on my planner, and then I'll go through. I just dump it all down. Then the next day I'll say, okay, what are the ones I need to get done today?
Yeah.
And that's helped a ton. Another way that people do is they'll say, okay, Mondays are my hostess coaching day. I'm going to follow up with all my hosts. And that's my main focus. Tuesday, I'm going to work on my team. I'm going to touch base with them and go from there. And so then you have like Wednesday I'm going to focus on my VIP group or follow-ups. So that every week, hey, I know I have so much to do, but I'm going to get it done on that day. And that's the focus for that day. That's actually what I'm working on with Annette, is making a whole Trello system with like what I do each day. So that's one way, is just write it in your planner for now or start using Trello. It's awesome. I might have to do
I haven't. I paid for her master class, but I have not actually watched it yet. So that'll be helpful. And I finally sat down a couple days ago and got project broadcast. I used the codes, Allison Walsh's code for onboarding and Rochelle's code for hostess coaching. And so I finally got those set up So that'll help a lot.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I guess, and I try to do the brain dumps, and it's helpful. I always have a running list of Norwex things I do. But I feel like it's getting longer faster than it's getting shorter now. Of course, it could be my own, like, oh, I should do this. Oh, I should do this, you know,
Yeah.
and try and do everything all at once instead of just sticking with the basics.
Exactly.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. And that's also what Annette's been saying is, like go back to what you want out of Norwex and then focus on those things the most. And like for me, I haven't done follow-ups in probably 3 months, 4 months, you know, and like sometimes you just have to let stuff go, especially if you don't have the money right now for an assistant or you just don't have the time. Just let stuff go. I haven't mailed prizes sometimes for like a month, you know, and it's like, it's okay because those aren't the biggest priorities. So just focus on what you need to and get those things done and then let the other stuff go if it's really not a huge priority, you know? So
Yeah.
that's where how I've survived, I guess you'd say, when you're in those overwhelming times. And then when I did finally hire an assistant like a year and a half ago, it's funny because it actually got me more motivated. It's like, okay, well, I guess I'm serious about this. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
I'm gotta get 8 parties a month or whatever you want as your goal so that I can have the money to pay my assistant. And then at the same time, it works because your assistant will be helping you. So you can feel more caught up and you won't feel that overwhelmedness. And you're like, oh, this is working great. Now I'm caught up over, you know, for the most part, I can do my parties, I can do my thing and make that income. And then I kid you not, every time I've hired an assistant, my income, it's true what she says. She's like, my income has gone up. It's just so scary to do that. So even if you did a trade for babysitting or whatever, that gives you kind of more obligation to make your business more of what you want out of it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, something to think about.
Awesome. Thanks, Janae.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, hopefully it helps. All right, anybody else? Pam, are you able to chat? I don't know if you can. No worries.
I can talk.
Okay. Hey, Sarah.
I can hear you. I don't think I should talk.
Oh, good.
Oh, you
okay.
can still, Pam. In case you cut out.
Okay, Pam, go for it.
No, I was just saying I can hear you. I had to dial in with no video, but I don't think I should talk because I don't know how this is going to handle it.
Oh, okay. Okay. So far, so good. But yeah, no worries. We'll let Sarah talk then. And then if you want to try, no biggie, Pam. We can try that. Go for it, Sarah.
Am I unmuted now?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you know that I have all kinds of fun and interesting things going on in my personal world. So I am going to be required to bump up my business, but I also have to manage my everything else right now for a minute. So I need to get my party calendar back up and I need to do all of those things, but I have to handle some other things first. So I will probably have to do the minimum right now. And then probably next month I'll be able to really jump in. But I do want to I'll do the 60-day challenge and at least give that a try and see what I can do. And I might start building up my calendar for next month starting now so that I can really get started. But yeah, I have some other crap I need to get done.
You've got a lot going on. Yeah, and I'm praying for you.
Thanks.
Are you gonna have to make a certain income or do you not know really?
I don't know exactly yet. As it turns out, I will probably not have to make as much as I thought. I won't have to be like sole breadwinner exactly, but I will have to, I'll have to make some for a while, and then, yeah, I'll have to make enough to eventually take over things. So.
And juggling kids and yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
Good time.
Okay. Yeah. So what would you say your struggles are, I guess right now? Normal.
Time, as always. And I like doing home parties, but to do a home party, I have to have a babysitter. And those are hard to find. All my babysitters are growing up and getting real jobs, which is unacceptable. But or they can't stay late or whatever. And so that's always my biggest struggle for all of that. And then with Facebook parties, that's just another like finding a time or getting good hosts that are engaged or setting up a template again. And because I haven't done it in so long, in forever. So just getting myself back in gear and back into the routine. I do have all the kids in school though, so I have a chunk of time.
Awesome.
A day to
Are
get
they
things
full
done,
time?
but I have to use that time for other things right now. Just half day because it's kindergarten for the baby.
Okay. It's half a day.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, putting that
Yeah.
little bit of time each day. I know it's hard, but I have from 1 to 3 each day. And that's like, okay, gotta get stuff done right now. Even if I'm tired, I gotta do it. I'll take a nap later.
I know. And I need to, like right now I could probably carve about a half an hour a day, and most are like I need to get things cleaned out and I have to go through everything in the house, and you know I have a lot to do. So yeah, luckily it does not look like I'm gonna have to move, so I don't have to like pack or anything, but I still have to. I mean, we have to go through everything. So.
Oh man. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll have to come over and help you, and we can chat. Wow. Okay.
But it's just time. It's finding the time in the middle of everything right now, and it'll get better as this part goes away. But
yeah, but hard for everybody. So.
Yep.
I was going to say something. Well, it sounds like you've got a great plan, and yeah, just putting in that little bit, even if you just did a little bit for the 60 days. And that was all you did, those little challenges, that could get you going, you know, when you have, maybe it's done like end of November, beginning of November. So then you could, you know, maybe that would be a better time for you to kind of jump in, you know.
And I want to be fully in before the holidays for sure.
Oh, okay.
Because that is a huge time to be busy. That has always been like the money making time of the year. So I need to be fully up and going before then, for sure.
Awesome.
So I'll probably give myself this month to minimalize, and then I'll have to really kick it into gear.
Go for it. Yep. And we're praying for you.
Thanks. I need all of that.
Hey, do you use ScentShare, or you still use ScentShare, right?
Yeah, I still use ScentShare.
And does Sarah, you don't do mostly online. Have you used ScentShare in the past, or do you use Visly?
Me?
No, Sarah or Susan. Sorry, I think Susan uses Visly. All these.
She uses Visly, I think.
Yeah, I use
home parties now, right?
Yeah, most of it's home parties. And when I do online, I have changed to Visly because they were happening so infrequently that like once a month was plenty, and then I don't have to pay for anything. And then I could, because I feel like more leaders use Visly than ScentShare, so I could use more codes.
Yeah.
So I find for a while I was doing both because there are benefits to each, but I'm with Visly now.
Okay. So I'm just thinking, I mean, I have all these templates on Visly, Sarah, that I can give you. Maybe it's time to switch over because it might save you time in the long run. But yeah.
I can copy and paste pretty easily too because I'm a professional at that.
Yeah.
So I could that's what I did with Susan. I stole her new product party and did that.
Oh, that's true.
And put it into ScentShare.
That's true. Yeah, it's not that hard. That's true.
I'm glad that was helpful.
Oh yeah, it was. I mean, I used yours too. You saw for the mega party, so it was great. We all use each other's stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Okay, all right, Pam. You want to try chatting? I think you'll be okay. Let us know what your problems, struggles are.
So I gotta tell you, just listening to the rest of you guys, that is pretty humbling because those are, I don't have those challenges. Mine are different, but gosh, you guys are amazing to do what you do. I'm just blown away.
You all are.
But as far as challenges, I think I've got to get my head out of this depressive funk about not being able to go to leadership because I don't see a way forward to maintain my TC. And it's just really bumming me out. So, you know, it's like I was telling you, Janae, it's like I got to make a whole new team, period. And it's daunting. And I know it all starts with getting your calendar full, but it's daunting. And then I'm on the road for 2 months and not even home, which, you know, if I'm going to make this work, I got to be able to do this on the road. So,
yeah.
So that's kind of where I'm at.
And that's where we've been, I think all of us, just maintaining. And it's something you don't think about until you hit leadership, right? But yeah, I just had one of our leaders say she's totally done, and she's got on our team, she's got 40 people under her. So I was pretty down today about it, but I realized, you know what? I have so many amazing people, all of you, you know, and it's like, how can I let, you know, some people just need to move on, and they had Norwex for a season, or they always expected to do it casually or whatever. And it's okay. They were there for a reason on your team. They blessed your team, and then you can move on. And there's more people out there that are excited or looking for Norwex, you know? And honestly, Pam, you're staying active just fine. Your team is staying active just great. You just want more business builders, right?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much they're either casuals or they've backed off and aren't really pushing it very hard. So
yeah,
I'm really good at attracting those casuals, though.
You know, I am too. No, I was talking to somebody that said, go back and look at when you're talking about Norwex to people, or when you're talking about the mission in your parties, or when you're talking to people, and just see how you're saying it. And a lot of times it might be coming across maybe how you didn't intend, maybe that you are focusing more on the casual part. You know, like, oh, just put in an order every 3 months and you're fine, you know, and be like, focus more on, if you did a party, how much money you can make $500 a month, you know, that would be, how many parties is that? 2 to 3, you know, and just say, hey, 2 parties a month, that could get you $500. And focusing more just on the dream, the mission kind of a thing. You saw some of Christina, but she did that a lot. Just always talking about how you can build your team, why you'd want to do leadership, why, how you can do a couple parties a month. You don't have to do a huge amount of parties and be a successful Norwex consultant. Anybody can do this. And it really does come down to mindset. And I know you'll get out of that, Pam, but with you being on the road, Zoom, like you can do some Zoom parties, do your own. Well, you just did the text party. Yeah, you've got some parties lined up, I know, right?
Yeah, I've got one on the 19th, and it's out of my circle of friends, so I'm hoping that leads to something.
Awesome. Yeah. So really work on that mindset, and then share too. Like, I love how when you share in our team, just what helped you that day, or one of those quotes you know, with your healthy eating that you've been doing, all those help us so much. I don't know about you guys, but those help me so much. Just that little thing you needed to read one day can help the entire team. So I think us helping each other too, just to get out of that funk sometimes, can be huge.
You know, one thing that's kind of weird though is like, so I'm in this kind of funk about, well, the calendar doesn't have as much on it, and how am I going to run into people? And I'm all like this, and then out of the woodwork, all of a sudden, I think I'm already engaged. Out of the woodwork, all of a sudden, I'm getting just orders from past customers I haven't heard from in a long, long time. It's like all of a sudden, all these orders coming in. It's like, wow, how'd that happen?
You know what? When that happens to me, I take that as a sign. I'm like, okay, God, if you believe in God, I think he's saying this is still something you need to be doing, you know? Like, it's so many times when I'm down about something, I'll have another Norwex blessing like that happen and be like, wow, you know, I guess I'm doing something right. I got an order, you know, or, oh, I got a party out of nowhere. Like a random person contacted me, and looking for those little nuggets or little blessings in your business can really help your mindset too. So yeah, right there. That's amazing. I mean, how amazing. That shows, first off, maybe you were following up, even if they weren't chatting with you, or through your VIP group, or if you did that text party, you know, or whatever, or they remembered you enough to be able to go and find your website and order, you know. That's awesome. Oh, okay. Well, just last thing, ideas of just how we can have more unity with our teams.
I was a part of that. I think Sarah was in there too. The workshop at conference about, I'm trying to find my notes.
Which one?
I don't know, something about building a strong team or something. Hold on, I'm looking for my notebook. I can't find it. Sarah, were you in that one? No, who was with me? Babs. Babs was with me. That's who it was. Hold on, let me find it. Talk amongst yourselves.
Okay. I wonder if I went. No, I guess I didn't go to that one.
No, that was the same time as the science behind the products class.
Oh, okay.
I think one of the things that I know Christina used to do a lot was the team challenges, like the Success Builder Challenge and things like that. Just getting a pulse of what people want from it, because not everybody wants leadership and not everybody wants to be anything more than a casual consultant, but it gives everybody an opportunity to say with what they want from it and set their goals and give them something to be accountable to just for themselves. And then I know that we've tried accountability partners. I don't know if that has ever worked out, but in theory, that is a good way to do things, is to have someone that you connect with, and that builds at least one-on-one connection.
Those were good. See, I guess I worried a lot that if I post those kinds of things, then all the casual people will be annoyed. But then I need to let go of that, because they can leave the group if they don't want to be in it, you know.
And they cannot comment if they don't want to be. You know what I mean? They joined because they at least have that amount of interest.
Yeah.
And so they can choose how engaged in that they want to be, but it allows everybody who wants to. Because I remember there were people that would do just that on Christina's team that I had never heard from before, but they would engage in that because it made them feel part of it. And you can do it in such a way that it allows for somebody to say, I don't really want to be a leader. I want to do 2 parties a month and just stay engaged. You know what I mean? But they can say what they want from it, and allow for everybody's, allow space for all kinds of goals. But the team is made up of all kinds of people. They say 8% or 80% don't want to build a business. And so you can include that 80% in that without being exclusive just to the people that want to build the business.
Okay. That's great. So I guess the other question with that is, how often do you want to do a team challenge? You know,
this month as an engagement month would be a really good time to do it, because it would be a good time to set people up for accountability.
Okay. So that sounds great. We'll put something up. And then I'll do a reminder about that 60-day challenge too, if people still want to join. Because this is just the best time of the year, like for us as consultants. It's huge, you know. People are ready
for holidays.
Yeah, people are thinking about holidays. Their kids are at school. They're ready to go back to cleaning, you know, get their house in order. they're open to having parties because of the holidays coming up. Yeah, it's just a good time. So
Yeah, people have a schedule again.
yes, the moms especially.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, so yeah, so I would love to do, so we'll have a monthly meeting. And then what I've been doing is the second Tuesday of the month, we have our team meeting. And then the first Wednesday of the month, we have our leaders meeting. And so I would love to just kind of collaborate and have our leaders just all kind of touch base with you guys. Oops. And just have our leaders kind of take turns helping with the team meeting. And it's a short meeting. It'd just be like a 10 minute thing that we take turns on. But we can talk about that at our meetings in the future with our leaders stuff. And then you can invite, let your teams know, like if you have someone on your team with potential, have them help do a testimonial at the meeting or whatever. So I'm finally getting more organized with that. So we can I'll probably have a Google form going. And then the week before we have our leaders meeting, I'll just post that and say, hey, who wants to help for next month? My goal is to be a month ahead, but we'll go. Right. So not for this month, next month, we'll have the leaders kind of help out. So
because you're doing the 60-day thing, which would be inclusive, but if you want, I can do something with the like a success builder challenge for this month. Because I have a lot of stories about staying involved in your business without really being involved in your business. Like
that's really good.
I've done it in every form that is available.
Yes, you do know how to work it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So that could be really useful.
Yeah, if you want.
I would love that. Thank you for offering that. Yeah, so I'll be in touch. Our next meeting our team meeting is Tuesday night, the 10th at 8 p.m. Mountain Time. So next week. And if you can't be on live, you can always send me a video. So yeah, thank you. Sure. Okay, guys, so you all rock. I love, love, love you all. I hope you know that. And just that you even showed up to this means a ton. Thank you so much. And just that you showed up also means that you have dedication to Norwex, that you have a why, and that you're doing this for a reason. So way to go. All right. Any last questions before we kind of wrap up?
Not a question, but I found my notes, and they had a couple good ideas. It was Allison Walsh and Katie Barnett. Yeah. And so they had a couple fun things. They had a SmackDown camp, which is a month long, and if I remember correctly, it was to help people promote to TC, basically. And so what they did is they did team against team. So Katie's team versus Allison's team, and whoever got the most team coordinators. So if you had another team to do that with, that might be kind of fun. But it was really mostly about just creating an environment that made everybody feel welcome, doing random shout outs, for whoever, you see a friend who just did something really awesome, or someone on your team, whatever. They mentioned doing drawings, friendly competitions, which we just talked about, leader lives, which we've talked about before. But really, it really kind of comes down to us leaders being more involved and being more willing to share what we know and our experiences, and call out our team for the amazing things that they're doing. Obviously, Janae, you can't do this all by yourself. So we all have to, I guess, step out of our comfort zone a little bit and help you build this team, because we're all in it and we all affect the success of it. So, but they did say have everyone share their why. That was a good one to get everyone just, whether it's, the hardcore people or the more casual people who just wanted the Norwex for themselves. to kind of engage where people are and get people talking, because it's an easy thing to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just, being present and encouraging and yeah. So anyway.
Yeah. I don't know about you, but when there's a new team member that starts commenting on our team page and is so excited, that just gets me so excited. Like,
yeah.
oh my gosh, like they hit their fresh step and they're so excited about it. And look how hard they worked to get there. Because I think just as us leaders, we forget what it was like when we first started. We forget all that excitement we had of getting all that free stuff and making money, and having parties lined up and how exciting, and nerve-wracking too, and all of those feelings. So I think even just going back to how you felt when you started and having that help you to motivate you to just have that excitement back in your life, that joy of doing Norwex. Because I think sometimes we can just get into the mundane, like, oh, I gotta get a party lined up. No, like, it's fun to party. Don't forget that. Okay. And then a lot of times too, I will just chat. I have a couple friends that I'll chat about Norwex with, and I think, why am I telling them this? I should be telling my team. So if you ever have that in your head, or you're talking to each other and you're like, oh, I just had this great idea, I should share it on the team page. Do it, please. Because if you have a great idea, it's going to help somebody else, or if you had a struggle you overcame, it's going to help somebody else. And that's how we grow as a team. I really think that's one of the strengths that Christina had, is she would just go live randomly and share something she was thinking about, or, post something that she was excited about or that worked for her. And I would take those ideas, all of them, and I think that's another idea of how we can really help our team culture and get people excited and back enjoying Norwex,
Yeah. I think we need to make it feel like more of a safe space for anyone to comment. I sometimes wonder
oh, hey, I don't know. I'm not sure who that is. Is that Babs? Well, shoot, I'm sorry. Okay, I think I'll mute you because it's not working. There you go. Yeah, sorry, I don't know who that is.
Anyway, so I wonder sometimes if, especially the more casual people are, worried that it's just not their place to post. Maybe they're worried about asking questions or asking for help. Maybe whoever recruited them just isn't working, or whatever it may be. But I'm wondering if we get more people posting, in all different levels, that it'll feel like more of a safe place to ask for help and to give the suggestions of things that have worked, no matter how big or small.
Yeah. I guess I've been a little worried it'll turn into like Team Aqua, where everyone posts, but at the same time, I think that might be a good thing.
I don't think it would be such a bad thing, because if I need an answer really quick, that's where I go to, like, if I need it right now, that's where I go. And I know I already know a lot of my team go straight to Team Aqua to ask questions because they see it's busier and it's more interactive. So I don't know, and it won't be that bad because we're not that big, but I don't know that it would be a horrible thing to go a little more that direction. Not totally, but a little bit,
I think we could always too just say, hey, if you have like a bunch of product questions, go check on Team Aqua first, and like start training people. If people say something, hey, you can find the answer on Team Aqua, or ask Nora, like, so people are learning where they can go if they don't know already, so that we can keep it more of a place to ask questions about doing parties or doing or struggles and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So
Hi, Babs.
There's Babs. Hey. I don't know who's the other iPhone, but we're glad you're here. Anyway. What was that?
I said that is odd.
Yeah, yeah.
It just says iPhone, no face.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think they were trying to chat, or maybe it was just their background noise. But.
I got to leave work a few minutes early. I know you guys are probably already wrapping it up.
Yeah, no, but thank you. Yeah, you can go back and I have it recorded and I'll share it. I feel like this was really helpful. I don't know about you guys. I think it was great. So we'll have their team meeting on Tuesday the 10th, and that's when the 60 days thing starts too. So that'll be a good time to do our meeting. And then Babs, we were just saying how we want to really help our, like the Germinators page to just be more of a safe space. And even for those casuals to feel like they can ask questions and and like share our struggles just for us too, so they can see, oh, the leaders don't know everything, they're just normal people, you know, and share your successes and any awesome ideas that worked for you, or like if you have something exciting happen, like you got a $300 order, share it, like how did you get that order, you know, or did you turn that into a party, or you know, little tips that you have. Don't be afraid to share it, because a lot of people don't know that stuff, you know. So yeah. All right, well, thanks guys. Anything else? Any other questions?
Good. I got to see all your beautiful faces.
I know, it's good to see you all. It's been a while since conference, right? Okay, well, our next meeting will be October, I'll post it, I'll do a little graphic, October 2nd. And do you guys want to take a vote 1 p.m. or we could do a 7 or 8 p.m. Mountain Time?
Evening's better for me personally.
Okay. And then Susan, what do you think?
Well, days are easier, but nights are not hard. I think you'll get more people in the evenings because it seems like there's a lot of people in the group who work during the day.
Yeah.
So I think that overall an evening would probably be best.
That's what I think the poll was. So the question is just if we do 7 or 8, because I think a lot of people are in Pacific time, and so they have, that's 6 p.m. their time, and then your Babs is Central. Is 9 p.m. too late for you, Babs?
No.
Does that work? Okay. So we might push it to 8. I'm thinking 8 would be a better Mountain time for people.
That would be easier for me because 6 is dinner time here. So.
Okay. Yeah, and I know not everybody can. That's totally okay. Thank you for coming today. And yeah, I think we're good. So we will chat with you, and we'll have that team meeting next Tuesday and more info there. So have a good day, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Okay, see ya.
Bye.
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 Bye, Pam.